Hello beauties, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing great. Welcome to the month of love, the month of February. Yay! If you're new here, my name is Yemi and this channel is all about inspiring you to own your life, live up to your potentials and to be your best self. Since we are in the month of February, the month of love, I decided that why don't we talk about relationships? Okay, I was thinking about it and I was wondering what are those questions that people ask concerning relationships? And of course, I went to Google. I'm going to be answering the top 10 questions, most Googled questions on relationships and dating. So if you're interested, you want to know what those questions are and what my answers are, then please keep watching this video. But before I go into the questions, I really want to say a very big thank you to all my 500 subscribers. This channel hit that milestone of 500 subscribers I think last week, yes, and I'm so excited for all of you that you have trusted me with your time and your mind and your attention, and you've engaged with my content. So grateful for all 500 of you, especially for those of you who are also YouTubers and you've mentioned my videos in your You've mentioned my content in your video. I see you guys. I see all that you do for my channel and I'm so grateful. Okay, thank you all. I do appreciate you. So yeah, now we can go to the questions, okay? So the first question here says, what does a healthy relationship look like? For me, I think a healthy relationship looks like one that you have some kind of qualities like trust, like communication. You both can communicate freely without any form of tension or the other. You both are free to make your choices. You're free to make your decisions by yourself. Of course, not at the detriment of your partner's values and your partner's opinion, but you are free to do what you want to do. There's no form of tension. There's no form of manipulation, yes, that's the word. There's no form of manipulation. There's no form of abuse. You're just free to grow, to stretch, and to be your best self. And also you're helping your partner grow. You're looking out for your partner's interest, and everybody's just doing the best for the relationship. So yes, that's what I feel like a healthy relationship is, in my own opinion. So the second question says, how do I know when a relationship is over? And I think that we all know when our relationship is hitting the rocks. You already know that this relationship is on the shaky ground. But then people go to Google to ask these kind of questions because you just want to read something that will agree with what you're already thinking, you know, or you want something to tell you that what you're thinking is wrong. So I feel like when somebody is beginning to cross your boundaries, they're beginning to go against your standards, they're beginning to do things that they want to do without considering your own opinion, without considering how that choice or how their decisions will affect you, then the relationship is gradually coming to an end because they don't care anymore. They don't care about what you like, what you do not like. I feel like they're already showing you the signs that I don't want you anymore, something like that. I'm not sure, Sha, but you just know because every relationship is peculiar. I can't say that this is what you would see, that you would know that your relationship is ending. But you will see the signs, and those signs are the signs that will contradict what you believe in. So the next question says, how do I get out of a toxic relationship? So I feel like this is a very sensitive question, and I just hope that I say my opinion helps somebody. But for me, a toxic relationship is a relationship that, you know, you have abuse, there is manipulation, you are choked, right? You are not free to express yourself. You are just shaking. You are so scared of the other person, and it's just something weird about the relationship. It's just everything that a healthy relationship is not. Okay, that's when you're in a toxic relationship, according to my own definition. But I also believe that, you know, for these situations, prevention is better than cure. Honestly, that's the principle I live by. Like, if I can prevent something from happening, then I'll try my best not to allow it to happen. And that's why I believe that every lady or every human being should know their values. They should know at least those things that are very important to them, and always make sure that you are putting that thing ahead of you. You are making it a priority when you're making your choices, especially with, you know, your relationships. So I made a video sometime last year where I talked about how not to fall victim of emotional manipulation. I think that can also work for any toxic relationship. For those who are watching and you're not already in a toxic relationship and you just need to be informed, that video is a good start. But then if you're already in that toxic situation, I think the best thing you can do is just to take that courage to get out. because I know that it's not easy to leave a toxic relationship, especially when the person has a strong hold on you. And in those cases, when people are in a toxic relationship, the other person has a leverage, has something that they have. Maybe it's financial leverage or emotional leverage or something that, they have that they're capitalizing on to keep that person in that relationship. And so sometimes it can be very difficult to leave such relationship. And it also depends on the degree of the toxicity. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well, but it depends on the degree, because some relationships are so toxic that leaving that relationship could lead to the loss of your life. And so you're very careful. You don't want to leave that relationship. So what I would say is, first, take the courage to say no to that relationship. Take the courage to tell your mind that I'm leaving this relationship. And once you're at that point, seek help. Don't leave a relationship that is toxic just like that. Say, oh, I'm leaving, and then you leave. You really don't know what the other person has in mind. If it's somebody that is mentally derailed, it could just be that they begin to plot how to eliminate you or something like that. It depends on the degree, like I said. So for that situation, seek help. Talk to people when you are sure that you're about to leave this relationship. Come up with a plan so that you just don't leave, just like that, okay? Come up with a plan, be equipped, be prepared to leave that relationship with your life intact. Okay, that's just all I would say. Personally, I've never been in that serious kind of toxic relationship, so I really can't say much. I hope what I've said really helps somebody out there. But anyway, let's move to the next question. So the next question says, how do I build trust in my relationship? How do I build trust in my relationship? So I feel like the best way to build trust in your relationship is to be a trustworthy person, because I don't know how you want to build trust. I don't know. I don't have a list of do's and don'ts that you need to do for you to build trust in that relationship. If there's anything out there that says, okay, maybe cook for him, wash his clothes, be there for him and all of that, I think these are just rules that will wear you down at the end of the day. Just be a good person and hope that the other person sees you the way you are. If there's anything that you want your partner to be so that you can trust that person, if there's any character or any attributes that you think that you would see in a person and you'll be able to trust that person, then be that kind of attitude. Be that kind of attitude. Be that kind of person. Begin to develop those character. Begin to develop those traits so that you yourself can be a trustworthy person, and then you attract somebody that is worthy of your trust. So the next question is, why is he not calling me back? I'm using he because I address women on my channel. So he's not calling you back because he doesn't have recharge card. he doesn't have money, that's why he's not calling you back. I was just joking, okay? That's just a joke. So there are so many reasons. I can't really say in isolation like why somebody is not calling you back. I don't know the context of your relationship. I don't know the dynamics of your relationship. So I can't say this is why he's not calling you back. But I feel like there are so many reasons why people don't call back. One, which is the obvious one, they don't have recharge card, they don't have money. Another reason is that they are actually busy. Maybe life happened to them. Maybe they got into an emergency. Maybe there was a situation. And the most obvious and the most popular reason why somebody is not calling you back is that he's over the relationship and he wants you to see it by yourself and leave the relationship by yourself. So they don't have to say, oh, I'm not interested in this relationship anymore. Please leave me alone. So the best way is to stop calling you, and then you see the signs and then you decide to leave by yourself. So that's like the common way. That's what I feel like is the most popular reason why a guy that has been calling you stops calling you. So yeah, it depends on the dynamics of your relationship. So another question says, will I ever find someone? Of course, if it's God's will for you to get married, if it's God's will for you to be in a relationship, of course you will find someone. You will find somebody that is perfect for you, that is suitable for you, that will meet all your demands, and you would also be able to meet his demands. I'm addressing women. His demands. You would have the capacity to meet his own needs as well. So yes, you'll definitely find someone if it's God's will for you. What if people think I'm not attractive enough, not tall enough, not short enough, and just not good enough to be in a relationship? My sister, my beautiful lady, my sweet, sweet lady, my beautiful queen, you are just enough, okay? You are just enough. God created everyone wonderfully and beautifully. We are all wonderfully made. So you are just enough for a relationship. In fact, just like they say, go to the front of a mirror, look at yourself with or without makeup. In fact, as you just wake up from the bed, look at yourself in the mirror and just admire yourself. And this thing is a thing of the mind, so you need to constantly affirm yourself. The fact that you feel like you're not good enough, you're not attractive enough, is something that you're feeling insecure about. Is an insecurity in your mind. So you need to affirm yourself in your mind first. You need to trust yourself. You need to love yourself first before you can get a relationship, before you can attract a relationship that is suitable for you. Okay? I remember that I used to also feel very skinny in the past. I used to feel like I'm too thin, even though people will look at me and say, you have the best body, you are, even though I feel like the society's definition of, you know, fangay, something like that, but I still do not feel secure about my start. What I'm trying to say is that it's a feeling in your mind, a feeling of insecurity. So you need to deal with that so that you can attract the right relationship for you. But girl, you are just enough, okay? So moving to the next question. My relationships never last that long. Why? My relationships never last that long. Why? I think one of the reasons why a lot of relationships don't last is because of the foundation of those relationships. If the foundation is faulty, obviously the relationship can't last, right? And that's why I will again say that it's important for you as a lady to know your values, to know the principles you want to live by, to know your standards, to know all of those things that are important to you. Because when you know them, you are able to make it a priority so that you know the kind of relationships that you will get into. The next video I'm going to upload is going to talk about what you should know about relationships, more like the principles of relationships. So before you even go into a relationship, you have an informed knowledge, you have a good, you have the knowledge of what the principles of relationship are. So it guides you into the relationship. So you don't have to deal with the fact that your relationships don't last anymore. It doesn't mean that your relationship will be perfect, but it means that you won't get into the wrong relationship and have so many failed relationships that you begin to think that you are the problem. And I share these principles with my coaching client, the lady I'm coaching right now, and she found it really useful, and she was able to assess her previous relationships, and she realized that, oh, you know, these principles actually work. It would have worked for her if she knew some of those things, because the mistakes she made, she was, you know, checking it in line with those principles, and it really made sense. They are the rules that people who are successful with their relationships subconsciously followed, you know, and it turned out well for them. So I'm going to be sharing that video, so it helps anybody that is going through this situation as well. Your relationships don't last that long and you're wondering why. So I feel like it's because the foundation of those relationships are not really solid, and then just before you think about it, it fails and you feel like they don't last. Watch out for that video, okay? My friends are married, but I'm single. Why? Hey, I think this is a very common question. I think so. Your friends are married and you're still single. Why? You're still single because it's not your time. That's like the simple answer. And there's no timing for when you should get married. You can get married at any time, so long you are getting married to the right person. When you're ready, when it's your time, when it's God's time for you to be married, of course, you will meet the right person for you. And I don't want you to look at this as a problem. I want you to enjoy your phase of singleness, okay? Maximize the fact that you're single. Do the things that are important to you. Enjoy yourself. Expand your capacity. And that's why my channel is here for you, to maximize your potential. So by the time you find the right person for you, you are ready, you are equipped. Maybe you don't have everything figured out, maybe you don't know everything yet, but at least the minimum information, the minimum knowledge, the basics, you already know them and you are prepared, and you're better off than somebody who just got married without enough information. I think so. So yes, the fact that you're single and your friends are married is not a problem, okay? It's for you to enjoy that phase. So change your perspective. It's not a problem. It's an opportunity for you to enjoy yourself, okay? So the last question here says that I get bored easily. Will anyone ever keep me interested for the rest of my life? Okay, so so I think I can relate a little bit with this question. There was a time in my life when I was thinking about marriage, and you know, I knew that I wanted to get married in the future. I knew that I wanted to have kids, and I remember that back then I told myself that I won't marry somebody that we're in the same field, so that when we get back home at night from work, he would have something different to say, I would have something different to say. So we would always share experiences that are totally different from our personal experience, our personal experience. So I remember that, in fact, a lot of my friends that are watching this video will probably be laughing. I told myself that I wanted to get married to a lawyer or an engineer. I thought I was going to be a business analyst. I thought I was going to be, in the social science, accounting, economics, or thereabouts. So I wanted us to have different perspective, different things to talk about when we get home. I dated a lawyer once and it was a disaster because he was always talking and I like to talk. So that was a no-no. So over time, I ruled out lawyer. It's so funny now because, the way you plan things and, it's just so funny. Right now, I'm married to somebody in engineering who is an engineer somehow. So I don't know. It just happened that way. But then my point is that you won't be bored. It's just a feeling we have. I don't think you'll be bored when you're married to the right person. Honestly, you will find somebody that is perfect for you. You'll find somebody that will keep you interested in your marriage, in your home for the rest of your life. That's why it's important to marry the right person for you, the person you desire. And like I said, again, you need to know what is important to you. And just like I said, it was important for me to marry somebody that would have different experiences and then we'll come back home at the end of the day to share our experiences. It doesn't mean that for you have to marry somebody from a different field in terms of career. No, I'm just saying that is what was important to me. So that's why I'm saying that you need to know what is important to you and how the other person can keep you interested in the marriage or how you can spark up, things in your marriage that you won't be bored. So don't look at it from a selfish angle that somebody has to keep you interested in the marriage. Look at it from the point that, okay, what can you do to keep your home, to keep your marriage interesting for the rest of your life, to keep your partner interested in you, to just keep the flow in your relationship, in your marriage and whatever. So that's just all the questions and I hope that I answered them really well. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know the question you found really interesting and what your answer would be to that question. Okay, I would really love to hear from you. Any tips you have, leave them in the comment section. Other people can also read and learn from you as well. So that will be all for today's video. In the next video, I'm going to be talking about the principles that help relationship to last. So if you're interested in that video as well, please click the subscribe button. If you're not already subscribed, turn on your bell notification so you don't miss out on that video. And also give this video a thumbs up because I'm sure you enjoyed it. It just helps my videos to reach a lot more people. Thank you so much. Thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for watching this video. You are amazing and I love you all. Bye.